guys, how's it going? It's Jamie, Crafty DIY Guy, and I'm back. I'm very excited. Today is a collaboration with a very good friend of mine, the Mug Life DIY. I'm super excited because she's extremely talented. She's a boho queen. She has been doing thrift flips. She has been doing trash to treasure. She's doing Dollar Tree. She's literally all over the board, kind of like me. And she's a lot of fun, and she's super cool, and she's very supportive of my channel. And of course, I want to be very supportive of hers. So below in the comments, you are going to see a link to her video. Super cool. You're going to see a link to her channel on YouTube. Please follow it. And you're also going to see a link to her Instagram. Please follow it. I love her. Her screen name or her channel name, the Mug Life DIY, she's a huge coffee drinker. She loves her cup of coffee in the morning. What also I really, really like about her is that she's a military wife. My mom was a military wife. My dad was in the Air Force. And as she knows, and all of you know who are military spouses out there, it takes a lot to be a military spouse. You are head of household, you are the mom and the dad, or the dad and the mom, depending on who's in the military. You've got a lot of things to juggle and a lot of things on your plate. And also a huge shout out and thank you, of course, to her husband for serving our country. Like I said, my dad was in the Air Force, and I certainly value that. So thank you for that. Hey guys, if you are one of my OG subscribers, one of my long-term buddies, one of my long-term friends, thank you so much for sticking around and for being here. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And it's been a fun ride. If you are brand new to the channel, or maybe you're checking out my channel for the first time because the Mug Life DIY sent you over here, welcome. I hope you enjoy these projects, and I hope you'll stick around for some more. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, the Mug Life Mama loves DIY and does all kinds of fantastic projects. Check out her Instagram and her YouTube page. You will see everything from Dollar Tree ideas, thrift flips, trash to treasure, Dollar Tree DIY projects, and more. Just check out that content. All right, everyone, and for project number 1, we are going to take 2 of these wooden Dollar Tree signs. Also, I'm going to grab 3 of these wooden crates from Crafter Square, also found at Dollar Tree. I took my 2 signs and cut them down at a slight angle with my circular saw. The idea is that these are going to lean up against the wall. Sorry about all that camera shakeage. I then used my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint and just gave everything 2 coats of chalk paint. I did this on all sides of the boards just to make sure that they were nice and consistent. Then it was time for me to speed wax my my crates, and I did this with the Waverly Antiquing Wax, kind of like I typically do. Put it on very heavy and then just wipe it off. After everything had dried, it was time for me to glue my first crate down, and I used a combo of my wood glue and hot glue. I went ahead and just glued it down on one side at a slight angle, kind of like you see here, and then repeated that process with my other 2 crates. That way I would have 3 shelves on my leaning shelf. After that was all completed, then I did add the second board on the top and just made sure everything was good and stable and had time to dry. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. It is the perfect little paint station or craft station for your office. What I also like about this is that it's super versatile, and you could use it perhaps in a kitchen. It could be your kind of snack station, if you will. It's got a lot of different uses to it, and I think it's a lot of fun. And our next project is going to be a fun one. We're going to use some of this fun ribbon or wire leaf stuff that I got on Amazon. Also, we're going to grab one of these Dollar Tree home signs. This one has seen a better day. And then also I have this leftover holiday sign, and we're just going to remove this metal piece and save this for another project. First thing we're going to do is start painting our board, I'm just using my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm just giving this 2 good coatings of chalk paint so we can move on to the faux wood technique that you guys are going to absolutely love. But before I do that, I am going to separate my letters and pull really, really hard to actually get them separated. And then I'm going to take them outside and we're going to give them 2 coats of my dark steel paint. And now on to the faux wood technique. I'm using a product called Retique. Retique is a paint that enables you to stain a painted surface. I know that sounds crazy, but it is a very cool product. Anything that is painted that you want to have a wood surface without having to strip it, you paint it with this Retique product. And we're gonna put 2 coats of Retique on here. And what this paint is it's actually a paint that has a texture in it. So the texture is going to hold a stain. So like a normal wood stain that you would use on an unfinished piece of wood, you will be able to stain this board to look like real wood. I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. It sounds crazy, but it works. It's a little stinky. It does work though. All right, now that everything is dry, I am going to take some Old English shoe polish. You can use regular wood stain as well if you'd like on this. I didn't have any wood stain, so I'm using shoe polish instead. As you can see, the wood grain is really starting to show through from the texture that's in that Retique that I told you about. And you will just kind of continue to go back and forth in the same motion. I like to go up and down with my stain, or in this case with my shoe polish, until you achieve that color. Look how gorgeous that color is. I took my pencil and then just drew in some lines to give it a more wood grain look. And then I took each one of my letters and glued them on top of my wood grain like so. I also took my ribbon that I had, that little viney ribbon, I don't know what it's called, and just kind of created my O, kind of like so, and then just took some of my antiquing wax that was left over on the brush and just went over the edges and lightly across the tops of each letter. It gave it a kind of a cool, aged, galvanized look that I was really, really happy with. And this is what the finished product looks like. I think this is super adorable. It's kind of a cool modern farmhouse way of welcoming you home. How cute was that? All right, and for our final project, we're going to grab 3 Dollar Tree candle holders. We're also going to grab 3 of these Crafter Square boxes and some Dollar Tree rocks. All you're going to do with the rocks is really just weigh down the boxes. So you can put a couple rocks in each box and then put the drawer in backwards, kind of like you see here. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue and just seal those drawers shut. That way they don't slide out. The next thing I'm going to do is take my Quick Hold E6000 and I'm going to glue these glass candle holders right on top of those wooden blocks, kind of like you see here. Sorry about being out of frame there. You would think I would know what I'm doing by now with this YouTube thing. But now you can see I'm just kind of placing it exactly in the center of each cube, and I'm just going to repeat that with each one of my blocks, kind of like so. It took about an hour for my E6000 to dry. Once that happened, I took everything outside and gave it a nice coating of my flat black spray paint from Rust-Oleum. I did 2 coats to give it this gorgeous finish, and then after everything was dry, I took it inside, and this is what they look like on the mantle. I love these so much. I saw something very similar in a very high-end catalog that was about $85. I am thrilled with the way these turned out.